Hi everyone, I am Michael from Michael Bricks for Real, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you a tutorial, which is a fancy word for saying a practice or something like that, on how to do a Lego Passover mock. And if you're wondering, Passover is basically a holiday we celebrate every year in April, and it's to remind us of what happened in it, and the two iconic things that I feel are pretty much relatable that I can turn into Lego form are a Seder plate and matzah, which is a type of flatbread that's like a cracker that I like eating on Passover, and the Seder plate is basically a plate that isn't like any other ordinary plate or even on Shabbat dinner. That's a long story as well. That we have special items on, and today, those two items are what I'm going to be showing you of how to build. And basically, the custom parts I got for them were from the Lego store, and in the location of it, I'll just say doesn't really matter, because there are probably Lego store locations anywhere near you, whether it's at a mall or at a pop-up store or wherever in the world. So anyway, I'll link a description in the video below if you want, unless you have some. Wait a minute. Never mind. So basically, I'll leave a link in the description below about that where you can find something like that. So and if you don't and you have some, because basically I was going to say that since we're going to be using some custom Lego pieces, if you don't have the right piece, that's okay. Just try and look for one in the same shape, or try and make this in a different size for the model. And like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, right. And that if you'd like to know where you can find some of these custom parts, I'll leave a link in the description below of where you can find these at any local Lego store near you. And even though the stores are probably closed right now until later, but still, you get the idea. Unless ordering online is something you're used to, which I don't often get the chance. And anyway, and remember, with color, that doesn't really matter because, okay, about the whole piece thing I mentioned earlier, actually, the piece count does matter of what you have, because again, even if you don't have the right piece, you can always check your regular Lego pieces to see if you have something that is somewhat in relation to that shape. And if you don't have exactly the right colors, that's okay. Just try and get creative with whatever you've got. So, starting from smallest to biggest, the first thing I'm going to show instructions for is how to do a mock of a Seder plate. And basically, these instructions are going to be like how if you've been to a type of Lego thing where, like at Legoland Discovery Center, if you've never experienced that, this is what this is going to be like. So, for step one, you need a spring green base plate circle like this. And then, step two, you're going to need to get one brown, one brown, three-studded Lego brick like this, and, oh, whoops, and basically from the last time I built the model, place it, right here, which this is supposed to indicate a, a food on the Seder plate called the shank bone. And no, wait, yeah, this is supposed to indicate the shank bone. And next, for step 2, if you have one of these, you're next going to need one cylinder type Lego headpiece with no printing on it, because this is the first time I've gotten a non-printed Lego headpiece in yellow. And if you don't, that's okay. You can still use a cylinder piece, because like I said, I'm gonna see if I can try and post a link for where you can get these parts from in the video. Anyway, on with the MOC. So once you have it, if I remember correctly of how I did this last time, the indication for the food, which is the egg, goes no, not there. Right here. And this is what it's supposed to look like, along with the part for the shank bone. In other words, the chicken bone. And next, for step 4, for the little wine the sparkling grape juice / wine thingy or fruit, you're gonna want to use this round pink stud. The color is optional, but the shape depends. And oops, my bad, I shouldn't have done that. And basically, you're gonna want to place this, if I remember correctly, you're gonna want to place this right. Oops. You're gonna want to place this right here, like a bit above the shank bone piece. Now for step 4, you're gonna want 2 of the green Lego leaf pieces, and the first one is to indicate something called parsley, a herb that we dip into salt water. And I know what you're thinking. If you're probably watching this right now, you might be thinking, Michael, don't you even know that Passover has ended? And I mean, yes, I know, but like when making chocolate-covered matzah, even though it's ended, that's just saying that there's no law saying you can't make a belated Passover creation even though Passover is ended. And this other piece of the green leaf element, wait a minute, I think I should move the egg piece over here. That's better. That this leaf piece is supposed to represent the if I can remember what this is supposed to represent, okay, I think this is supposed to represent something, so if any of those of you might know what I'm trying to say, please leave it in the comment section below, because I can't believe this is just a little bit embarrassing, but I can't believe I just blanked on what this is supposed to represent as the other green herb thing for the Seder plate, so please let me know in the comment section below. Next, for the final step of the Seder plate, aka step 5, you're going to need to have a brownish carrot stem piece that looks like this, like a tree stick. And this is supposed to represent bitter herb, the maror, aka bitter herbs for basically kind of a not so good version of a carrot that just doesn't taste good. And you're gonna want to place it right here. And no, wait, I think I was incorrect again of where the egg piece goes. It goes right here. My mistake. I just can't believe I forgot where that was supposed to go. And the bitter herbs piece goes in the center since there wasn't space to put it down. And your Seder plate should look something like this. I'm sorry I'm covering some of the parcel, but this is just so I can show you what it's supposed to look like. Now after that, going on to the matzah build, there's two ways of doing this because there's an alternate build for it. So if you just want it to be a regular matzah sheet, that you can just leave it like this, which is this plain beige-ish, lightish brown square base plate, and doesn't have much of a build to it. It just sits there and doesn't really do anything. And if you want it to be a 2-in-1 for a chocolate matzah, well, voila! I've got some brownish Lego tiles, and this is how you can sort of put some alternate build type stuff into the matzah to make it look like chocolate covered matzah. And this is something I have enjoyed baking before of the real one, with basically Mom Swan, aka my mom. Please don't ask about the backstory because that can get a little bit hard to explain. Okay, so basically in order to assemble this, you're gonna want to repeat this step multiple times of putting the tiles on. And once I edit this video, I'm gonna see if I can do sort of a time lapse of how to build this thing and then showing the end of what it's supposed to look like hours later, because I really have no idea how long it took me to build this thing. So yeah, I just thought though that this would be the obvious idea for chocolate covered matzah as a Lego MOC, and also I was originally going to see if I would have to leave some holes, but I realized it wasn't going to work out very well, so I just decided to do it like this. Just so you get the idea, if you know what I mean. And like I said before, that basically when it comes to making chocolate covered matzah, it's something I enjoy baking with Mom Swan, aka my mom. And like I said before about the whole backstory on that, please don't ask, because it is a long story, and I also kind of want to share about it, so yeah. And if you hear any noises, even if they were some I didn't ask for, just please ignore that. That's just a bit embarrassing if that happens. And once I have this Lego chocolate covered matzah MOC finished and all built up, I'm going to show you both the Seder plate and the chocolate matzah MOCs together all built up, and then this is how I can save how I left the instructions for how to do this. So basically for the tiles for the chocolate covered matzah, you're going to need, I'm going to end up saying the piece count after I'm finished assembling the matzah and then show it what it's supposed to look like when you're finished. So this is what it's supposed to look like when you're all finished building it. And basically it's supposed you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 brownish Lego tiles, and with also the Seder plate. Here's what these both look like. So yeah, that was the video for today. So, please subscribe, ring the bell icon so you'll be notified when I upload a new video in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.